I can't claim to have played all of the games, but I'm a fairly good fan of Namco's Soul series: Soul Edge, Soul Calibur, Soul Blade, and the like. And I'm particularly fond of Soul Calibur 3 for the PlayStation 2. I still play that from time to time and never got around to completing it fully. And one of my biggest habits when playing it was sitting back and playing Battle Theater mode. Battle Theater is a mode where you can pretty much have the computer fight itself while you sit back and watch. You can set the timer, difficulty, and whether it will go back to character select screen or start up another battle with different characters or stages. I also thought this mode was nice and it ought to be in more fighting games. One night, I started it up as normal, feeling pretty bored. On the character select screen, you can bring up the pause menu and configure things. So I did what I usually do, setting the timer to infinite and the CPU difficulty to extremely hard for a more epic fight. I also set the loop option so that the next battle would have different characters, weapons, and stages. On that screen, you usually get two random select options. One of them is the basic character selector. It can choose from the proper playable characters, the bonus characters, or even your custom characters. The other starts a match between two characters made up of random create a character parts, usually with comical results. Tonight, I didn't feel in the mood for that, and I picked the basic random selector. I picked the random stage as well, and the versus screen showed Siegfried and Nightmare in their normal outfits. Siegfried had his basic weapon, Requiem, but Nightmare had his ultimate weapon, Soul Edge. I figured it will be a fairly uneven battle, and that Nightmare would probably win this one, but that's what you get when you go random. A roll of the dice. And the stage it picked was the Burning Cathedral stage, where you fight Abyss in Tales of Souls and Quick Play. During the match, I noticed both Siegfried and Nightmare were fighting fairly damn hard, with some good hits being dealt. It was set on extremely hard, so I wasn't that surprised. And Soul Calibur 3 in particular is noted amongst fans for its hard AI. Eventually, Siegfried and Nightmare had a win each, which meant the next round was obviously the last one. Eventually, around 34 seconds of the AI beating itself up pretty badly, Nightmare finally dealt the winning blow on Siegfried. I figured as much since the Requiem had no special effects in the game. When it cut to the normal win post screen, however, I was taken back by an unexpected in-game animation that started playing. It showed Nightmare slamming Soul Edge down into Siegfried's body, pointy bit first. Nightmare growled, "Now give me your soul!" One of his usual victory quotes, and energy spewed from Siegfried's body into Nightmare, whilst Siegfried's death cry played. I was surprised and, truth be told, a bit unnerved at what obviously Nightmare consuming Siegfried's soul in such a fashion, especially considering I kinda liked Siegfried. Even more so was that it was all in-game graphics and sounds, all of the stuff one could see in a normal game. Even the effects for Siegfried's soul were energy effects for when a character does a soul charge, and the soul edge hit Siegfried's chest in the usual hit spark effect exploded out. After this rather brutal fatality animation had concluded, the next match that it loaded was a completely normal battle between Huang and Tira. When I later picked Siegfried in other modes, he loaded just fine.